The superhero genre has seen its fair share of Tinseltown A-listers come and go. Here's why some of the biggest names abandoned their most superheroic roles. Heads up, some spoilers ahead. Over the years, Hugh Jackman has appeared as the internally conflicted Wolverine a whopping 9 times, but his ownership of the role was clear the first time he donned the claws for X-Men. At this point, it's almost impossible to imagine another actor in the role.
I'm the best there is at what I do. What I do best isn't very nice.
But unless there's a dramatic turn of events, it seems that's just what we'll have to do. Prior to suiting up for Logan, Jackman announced that his 9th appearance as Wolverine would ultimately be his last, according to People magazine. Believe it or not, a chat with Jerry Seinfeld about his decision to finally leave Seinfeld had a hand in Jackman's decision to walk away from the character.
He said, look, when you're creating something, it's very important not to run yourself dry. It's not about finishing on top necessarily, but making sure that you're creatively still got something left.
Jackman says he decided that same day to make Logan his final film as Wolverine. Luckily, he left with a bang. The film was a massive critical and box office success and serves as a fitting final chapter. Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight made Christian Bale the definitive Batman for many fans of the character. After Nolan walked away, Warner Brothers was desperate to keep Bale on board, according to Business Insider. Prior to announcing Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, Warner Brothers reportedly offered Bale as much as $50 million to don the cape for director Zack Snyder. But Bale, it seems, had seen enough of life in the Batcave because he turned down the loot and retired his Batsuit for good. Nolan choosing not to return to the franchise was a big part of his decision. According to Screen Crush, Bale has always maintained that he and Nolan already told the Batman story they wanted to tell, but he also said he wouldn't say no if Nolan came to him with a new Batman script. Michael Keaton also turned down a stack of Benjamins and walked away from playing Batman in Batman Forever back in 1995. That move came a full 6 years after he first donned the cape for Tim Burton in the then genre-defining film Batman. The film proved a massive hit with fans and a financial juggernaut at the box office, as did the pair's deliciously divisive follow-up Batman Returns. Though Keaton didn't immediately exit Batman Forever, he certainly began to rethink his involvement once Burton wasn't on board. Apparently, he knew he was done after he read the rewritten script. In Keaton's own words,
"Sucked."
Yeah. There you go. That pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, it just was awful.
Keaton felt so passionately that he reportedly turned down a $15 million payday to reprise the role. It's been a bumpy road to respectability for Marvel's tortured bad boy vigilante Frank Castle. That road took an interesting turn in 2004 when a big-screen version of The Punisher got the green light. Sadly, the excitement faded fast once the film was released. To put it mildly, the film was a critical and commercial failure, but Thomas Jane's ability to bring the right mix of malice and melodrama was enough for the studio to sign him up for the planned sequel Punisher: Warzone. But according to Ain't It Cool News, Jane left the project just prior to cameras rolling because he felt the sequel script was, quote, too comic book and didn't give Frank Castle the treatment he deserved. If you're wondering what happened to that film, it was released in 2008 and met with just as much critical and commercial strife as the original. History, it seems, has proven Thomas Jane right. Hugh Jackman isn't the only member of the Logan cast that decided to ride off into the sunset after Wolverine's last stand. Patrick Stewart, Professor X himself, also announced his departure from the X-Men universe prior to Logan's release, according to Entertainment Weekly. If you've seen Logan already, the news that Stewart is out will come as no surprise since the character meets his own end in the film. Of course, death hasn't stopped Professor X from returning to the franchise before. Still, like Logan's slow, somber goodbye, most fans believe X's ultimate fate was just as perfect. For his part, Stewart seems to agree. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.